guy got wounded and you had to carry him back to
Yeah, we had one guy got shot at, and he about lost all of his blood.
Yeah.
And we carried him. Well, it seemed to me like it's 2 or 3 miles. I don't know how. It's been so long, I don't remember just how far. But it is a long ways. They come in to our outfit and trying to get somebody to. They couldn't get none of the guys in there would volunteer to kill that guy out. He was a rifleman.
because that was the snipers were everywhere.
Yeah. And he got wounded and bled. He's as white as cotton. He lost so much blood.
Wow.
And so I volunteered to carry him back. We had to carry him about 2 or 3 miles, and it's over them hedgerows too.
Oh, wow.
And it was a makeshift stretcher.
And it
Do you-
was what, Joe?
A makeshift stretcher that you had. You had to make a stretcher to do
Yeah.
that.
And
Do you know if he made it?
yeah, we carried him from back till we found where the ambulance was and put him in the ambulance.
He was alive when they got in that ambulance.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still alive when we put him in the ambulance. I figure he made it. He only had to do when he got home and they was gonna give him some blood. Yeah. But he's lost so much blood that he was just, as pale as he could be.
So what unit were you with,
I
or
was
division?
35th Infantry,
Okay.
35th Division, Infantry, Company I, and I was in the machine gun section. You had, in every company, you had a machine gun squad.
Yeah.
The machine gun section, there's 2 squads of light machine guns, 30 caliber machine guns. And I was over one of them sections of a squad of machine guns.
Okay.
And sometimes they'd bring us, if we got in a place where it was the Germans was heavy and we couldn't move them, they'd bring us out.
50 caliber.
What was it?
A 50 caliber machine gun.
What?
The 50 caliber machine
Yeah,
gun.
50 caliber machine gun. Big outfit. I mean, these are big old guns. So it was like, had 200 on each side.
Yeah.
And
You won the Bronze Star medal. Do you
Yeah.
remember what was that for?
well, we attacked one morning. They give us the order to attack, and they carry us out attacking, trying to kill the Germans, And we got in a wheat field.
Yeah.
It was about this high. And well, there's some guy from Indiana. He was a guy from Indiana. I never will forget him. He was all the time getting excited about something that wasn't happening. And he come around and went down the assembly line. Of course, it went this way and that way, maybe 10 miles, 15 miles, and just as crooked as it could be. But he went all down that line and telling them all to withdraw. He hadn't had no water to withdraw. He just, I don't know, he made it up, I reckon. But he went all the way down the line and said, everybody withdraw. And, well, we was pinned down, we couldn't withdraw.
7 men.
And so we just stayed in our foxhole rather than get out of there. We got killed, we got out of our foxhole. So finally, major come up there on the front line, and he had been in the before we went into battle. We was up in France there, and I played basketball, and I was really good in basketball. If I got past center, I could just ring on. I just hit the nets in it, and he'd come to watch me play basketball. But he didn't know who was up there, but they sent some, we got pinned down and all the rest of them withdrew, and we didn't. The Germans had us pinned down in that wheat field. If we'd have got up, we'd have got killed. But he had a feller to crawl down there and hunt us and find us, and found us, and we all crawled back and got back in their lines. Got back with her.
Wow.
And Colonel Daka was standing there when come over one of them hedgerows,
Yeah.
dirt up this high, you know, and this wide, bushes growed all in it. But when we come out of there and crawled back down in there where our lines was, why, that's what I think happened. Now, I don't know just how coming, but he, about a month later, I guess, they called us all up, as in my squad, and give us a Brown Star Medal.
How many of you were still there?
4 or 5 of us.
I think it was seven.
It was 7.
7.
It
Might
was,
have been
it was
7.
written up as 7.
Might have been
Okay.
7 of us, I don't remember. Well, sometimes we got one guy won where he might be still going with 5 men in the squad. I don't know just how many, there'd been several wounded. And lucky we hadn't had nobody that had killed
Yeah.
while they was up there. I had 2 or 3 get wounded. Went on this past to Paris, why, me and 2 other guys was walking around in the city,
Yeah.
and we walked block after block with 3 girls right behind us, just following us. Pretty girls.
Did you know them?
No.
They're just following you.
I don't know them yet. But they followed us for block after block there. What they's actually doing, flirting with us.
No.
So did you meet them, or they just follow you everywhere?
They just followed us. We never did talk to them.
Oh.
But we'd come right off of the front line. Come from Brussels, Belgium,
Hmm.
up to Paris. And
So what else did you do in Paris on your pass?
we went on a tour of all of Paris. It was really something. If you ever go to France, go to Paris. It's
I
the
plan
most-
to.
It's the most beautiful city you'd ever see. It's all, they give you the history of the man that designed it and built Paris. It's all architect work. The buildings is all done by architect. They're beautiful. And,
My wife has been there, but I haven't been there yet.
it's a
We
beau-
plan to.
It's a beautiful city.
He visited all the churches over there.
And,
Wasn't that right, Thomas? Didn't you see all them big churches?
oh yeah, I went in churches that's
Yeah.
700 years old.
It's amazing, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, he was, thought he was going to Japan too when they,
they even had the history of who built them
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And the same thing in England. I went to a tour of England. London.
Yeah.
And
And they buried a lot of people in them churches.
yeah, I think England had more than 700 churches than anybody.